Hello everyone, we're here on the second part of this tutorial, making the 64-star tetrahedron. Well, we're gonna make 5 stars like this using the 12 holes spheres. 4 of the 12 tips of the rows must be on the table because we're gonna work with this position. So we're going to connect to assemble these 4 stars in the cross, because we are going to leave a hole in order to connect here, here, and here. Okay. Remember that the diameter of the tip of the rod is smaller than the rest of the rod. We must always assure that the tip of the rod, the 3 millimeters, gets inside very well into the holes of every sphere. So let's continue putting the next 4 nodes or spheres with 12 holes in the points that are very close to the center that I am pointing out here. So let's pay attention to the position that is this. The 4 holes face a sphere, and where I put my fingertips we got 4 holes, and just turn around and we got find another 4 holes. So let's start putting in the right position, connecting the arrays or the rods. Remember, we put the 13 spheres with 12 holes first. You always can work in this point that I'm pointing out, turn around the star and you can get the same point, always is the same, and work better. So remember to place the right position of the sphere before you connect all the tip of the rows into the holes of the spheres. Look at these spheres, we got the 4 hole face position, like the corners of a square. So we gotta do the same with the next spheres. At this part of making the star, the connections are getting very well with very nice adjustment. If you realize that the tip of the rose doesn't fit very well, just put a piece of masking tape over the tip of the rod and just connect. Before you make the connections, remember to remove this kind of eyelashes. It's a plastic residue top. So you gotta put a piece of masking tape in this connection because the connection is so loose, and for better adjustment. Remember that. So we got here the 4 nodes of the spheres with 12 holes placed in the right position. Look at this. Always is the same, as you can see. So as above as below, we're gonna do the same, turning around the star. So I am cutting the nodes, the 13 nodes or spheres with 12 holes, and finishing this one. You can handle this as you want for getting a better position to work. Don't forget to come back the star to the position that we are working with. So remember to hold up the rod very close to its tip for getting it easy. So let's see that the 4 rod or arrays comes from this hole of this sphere, and we're going to realize that we are creating quadrangular base pyramids. as you can see in this position. So here I am putting the last sphere with 12 holes. Now we can proceed to connect these 4 nodes or spheres, the same here, the down part of the sphere. So let's start connecting, putting these rods parallel to the table. So you gotta keep in mind, applying the wrong force may break the rods into 2 pieces. So be careful doing this. I'm showing you here the position that we're working with. This is a rhombus position, but here we got the square position, and this is the right position that we are working with the star. If you find any resistance when you're getting in the tips of the rods into the holes, just put inside the tip of the pliers into the hole, clean it up, turning and sanding around, and that's it. When you get to this part of making this beautiful geometry, just do some adjustments if necessary. So now let's try to connect the 4 corners outside from the center with a sphere with 8 holes. Let's see the 4 hole face position in this sphere. We gotta connect the lower left hole and the upper right one. Turn to your left slightly and make the connections. So there it is, we got the connections. We got the both tips of the rods connected to this sphere, and we got different holes that are going to be connected with the rods, and we got here the same. Look at this, pay attention what I'm pointing up, different arrows or rods that comes out from this this sphere, this node, and we gotta do the same with the rest of the nodes or spheres. So we are going to do the same process here with this sphere. Look at this position, the 4 hole face position, and we're gonna use this and this one, this the lower left one and the upper right one, and do the connections. Remember to turn it to your left a little bit. Let's continue with the third part of the tutorial.